Hey guys, my name is Gingium and welcome to some GTA 5. Today, Franklin is going to shoot up some bitches. Actually, no. Today we are going to be learning how to use the Rockstar editor. As you guys know, I used it quite a lot in making my videos. Quite good with it, so I figured might as well share the loan. The loan. If you know what that movie that's from, then you are a great person. I mean, I'm not saying you're not. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So in order to record a clip, what you can do, there's two things you can do. One, you can use action replay, or you can actually just record. Now to open that little menu, you can hold down on the D-pad, and it brings you this. It's the same one that you can switch characters with off to the left. If you push A, it starts recording. It pretty much just, it records what you're doing, and whenever you're done recording whatever you're doing, then you can push A to save the recording, or if you messed up, push B to cancel the recording. Simple as that. Now, if you want to use action replay, you turn it on, and it is on. So that means it is recording everything you do, and if you do some cool thing like, oh, awesome, that was really cool, oh, look at that, oh, I just killed these two kids, oh, really, really cool, I want to save that. So then you go ahead, hold down on the D-pad, open it up, and push A to save your action replay, and there you go, it saves it. So that's how you record. I've had a couple questions, asking like, how do you know how long you can record till and how long are action replays? It really depends. It depends on where you are in the map. If you're out in the middle of nowhere where the game doesn't have to load up many things, then you can record for like 2 or 3 minutes at a time. However, when you're in the city like this where a game has to do a lot of things, it's processing a lot of shit, then you can only record for like 30 seconds to a minute. So clip length depends on where you are. Now after you're done recording, you want to go ahead, open the Rockstar editor. You can push start, go all the way to the right, and there he, she, it. There it is. There you go. And it launches it up. Now, save before you do this, because if you do anything in here, you'll have to reload the game, and if you didn't save, then, well, yeah, lost your progress. But now that we're in the Rockstar editor, we want to go ahead and create a new project. Yes, I'm sure you'll want to create a project. And now you got to add your clips. So we'll go ahead and I'm actually going to be editing a little video that I recorded last night. So I'm getting 2 things done. I'm making 2 videos at once. Is that like Inception or what? But you can organize your clips if you really want to. I just do it by date. If it's got that little like paper clip off to the right, I think it's not really a paper clip. That means you've already edited it, so it just kind of helps, You can favorite things, you can delete things. You can't delete things from here, but pretty much just go ahead and click on it, and now it's added to your timeline. So there it is. If you want to edit it, push A, and yes, I'm sure I want to edit the clip. Once the clip loads up, you've got this little thing on the bottom where you can scroll through the clip. It just kind of looks like you're watching the game. And you can add markers. Push A to add a marker, and that brings up this little menu. You've got a lot of stuff you can do. You can change the speed of the portion. If I put it down to 50%, it'll be in slow mode, see? If I put it up to 200% or 150, it's a little bit quicker. So you can make cool like slow-mo things with that. Audio. Now here you can add sound effects, or you can make your engine noise louder or your speech louder. That's all here. This is all kind of updated. You can do different microphone types. So if that way, if you are talking while you were recording, it will save that and whatnot. So if you want to actually add a noise at the marker, then you can just go ahead, browse through the category, very much like placing items in the creator online. You kind of find, like, let's say I want some crashes, and I want, let's say large crash. You go ahead, go back out, play it. You hear that noise? Yeah, that's large crash. I mean, obviously doesn't really work because there's no crash, so it's like, why is that there? But yeah, so there's lots of stuff, explosions, all this stuff, and yeah. Other things you can do are effects. If you want, hashtag Instagram filter, there's lots of filters. And you can also do your own little customizing and lots of stuff you can do with that. So that's awesome. I don't really use it much, but, if you're into that shit, then I'm not going to judge. Now, obviously, the most important thing that you can change is cameras. Now, there are a couple of different types of cameras. There's game camera, free camera, present, front, rear, right, left, and overhead. Now, game camera is obviously just, it's it's literally looking at the point of view of how you recorded it. So this is exactly like a normal recording, except there's no minimap on the left and whatnot. You can't do anything with that besides add shake, so it's lame. Free camera. Now, this is the only thing, in my opinion, that you'll ever need to use. All these other ones are completely unnecessary. Free camera, you can do everything with free camera. Just stick with free camera. It just makes life easier. I'm just gonna show you how to use free camera because that's all I use, and you guys know I create lots of cool shit, so you can pretty much make anything with free camera. Example. So say if I want something like this where it follows the vehicle. Yeah, I could do that, but I can also just do free camera, edit camera, zoom it out a little bit, and move a player. There you go. Created the exact same thing in free camera. So yeah, so once you go ahead and move the thing to free camera, you can click edit camera and you can move around. Now the first thing I'm going to recommend you do is download free camera. It is a mod that gets rid of the annoying little barrier that surrounds your character, so you can pretty much fly wherever you want. That way I can make cool like shots of me driving down that way, whatnot. It's just you need it. You really do. If you want to make some cool stuff, you need it. But yeah, so there's that. You can move around, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. If you want to create realistic things, I always recommend zooming in as much as you possibly can. I have come to find out that the more zoomed it is, the more realistic it looks. Don't really know why that is, but that's just the way she goes, I guess. You can move, rotate, whoa, that makes me dizzy. You can go up and down. Of course, you can just go up and down. You can even click reset to your last point. It's all very handy. You can do pretty much anything. So let's go ahead and make some example little clips. I'm going to start this clip by making a little camera right down here that watches the car come up to the starting line. Because this is the starting line, as you can tell from the rubber marks. So what I want to go ahead and do is place the camera where you want it to and place it as far zoomed in as possible. So I'm going to go like 2.4. All right, does that sound good? Just remember that number for me. 2.4. So now, if I play it, it will just look at that direction. 2.4 won't do anything. It won't have any changes. So I want to make it follow the player. I want to make it follow the car. So what you do is look at target. There you go. Now it follows me. If there are other cars there, you could have other options, but I'm only one on this map right now, so it can only follow me. So if you go ahead and play it, you can watch me drive up my cool Porsche 918, and yeah. But now, as you can tell, once it gets to the start line, it's a little bit too zoomed in. Like, I want to be able to see this entire car. So, I'm going to create another marker by pushing A and make this camera a little bit zoomed out. So now, you can tell is this one's zoomed in, this one's zoomed out. But there's no transition. It goes straight from being zoomed in to being, zoomed out. And yeah, if you have rough transitions in a video, it's not good. So, how do you make it transition from being zoomed in to being zoomed out? Well, you got to do two things. Go ahead and go to the first mark you created with the zoomed in camera and click blend mode linear. Now, this will make it so it blends into the next camera. As you can tell, it slowly zooms out to the point where once the car is up at the start line, there you go. It's all done. Now, if I wanted to change some, right now, blend easing is on. So what that means is it doesn't start blending for about 2 seconds. So for 2 seconds, it doesn't do anything, and then it starts zooming out. I don't want that. I want it to be a smooth thing. So I push off, and it immediately starts zooming out. And then the car comes up, and it is done. Now, if I don't want the ending to be smooth, I can yet again turn blend easing off, and then what will happen is it's zooming out, and stop. I don't like that. Most of the time what I do is have blend easing off at the beginning and blend easing on at the end, because I think it looks good if you're constantly moving and then you slow down toward the end. That's just my opinion. If you don't think that, then that's fine. You can do whatever you want. So there you go. We've went ahead and created a little clip that follows the car and zooms out once it gets to the start line. Now that it's at the start line, I want to go ahead and change the camera to look at, let's say the rear of the car, because I think the rear of this car looks awesome, so I want to highlight that. So I go ahead and move into a place that I want. Now, as you can tell, I can't move my eyes off the camera. or I can't move my eyes off the car right now, which is really annoying, and that's because I've got look at player on. So go ahead and turn that off, and yet again, I can do whatever I want. He does what he wants. He does what he wants. Fixed dot 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this cool little view because you can, see the road that it's going towards, but you can also see the car. And there you go. I mean, I don't really know why I did that, but the way I have it right now is it goes from being to this view instantly to going to that view. I like that, but if you wanted to change that, you could yet again turn on blend mode and boom. Actually, that's pretty cool. Boom. See? So, easy as that. And yeah, that's pretty much just, simple camera movement stuff that you can do. And I don't need anything else in this clip, so I'm just going to go ahead, go to the point that I want it to stop and make a marker there. Now, if you don't want the rest of this little area off to the bottom right, like if you don't need this down here, see that? I don't really need it. I'm just going to go push RB, which selects the rightmost marker, hold LB, and then slide it to the end. There are some instructions at the bottom, which are kind of helpful, where, say I wanted to go to the last say I wanted to go to the last marker I put down, just push LB, you can cycle through the markers. It's helpful if you're trying to edit things quickly, but also I wanted to show you one thing. Say I want this camera to start earlier, but I don't want to have to create an entire marker and make everything match up perfectly. All you have to do is select where the camera starts and drag it back. So now it starts all the way back there. Simple as that. All right, there you go. Created our first little clip. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a second clip, which is this one. This is the one that we just edited. And now we're gonna do that. So now when you want to add another clip, you can place it in front of the clip that you just edited or behind it. I'm gonna place it behind it because that's just chronological order, and you can go and pick it up, do other things. You can delete it, you can move it. Yeah, pretty much that's all you can do. Now once you go in, here you are. Okay, once the car is lined up, okay, there we go. One thing I want to do is I want the camera to go from the end of the car to the front of the car, kind of just looking at the car, making it look cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead, start it right here, zoom it in a little bit to 1 zoom, make it parallel with the road, go forward a little bit, move it to the front of the car. So now we've got our 2 cameras set up. Make sure they're at the right place. Go to the first one, turn on blend mode, turn off easing. Go to the second one, turn on easing. So now, there you go. And in fact, I want it to be a little bit shorter, so I'm just gonna go make this go off the right. So there we go. There's our car. And then I want it to look just right here as it launches, because the race is about to start. So, the car, and off the car goes. Pretty cool. That was a pretty good start, by the way. No loss of traction or anything. So, create a little thing that goes left to right. Then it goes to this position and launches. Yay! Now, the car is about to get out of my sight, so I'm going to want to create another camera. I already added a marker, so I'm going to show you guys how to make point of view cameras. Now this means if I want it on the side of the car, or if I want it on the inside of the car looking at the driver, or if I want it on the hood of the car, or the wheel of the car, or something. I think I'm going to go for the hood of the car by placing it right here. So I want this, pretty much, I want it to look like this, and I want it to follow a car. So if I did this and I just push play, then the car disappears. It's not following the car right now. It's in the place I want it to, but it's not following the car. So you got to go move of target. It's all relatively simple. I mean, you can kind of do it. Now, flexible means that the camera will look in the same direction, won't change height, won't do anything. It will always look in the same direction. So when the car turns, the camera doesn't turn. That's not good. I don't really want that. I mean, it might be good in some situations, which we'll see in a little bit, but not anyone. Default means it moves left and right of the car, but does not move up and down. So if the car goes up a steep slope, oh my god, then it won't change elevation. As you can tell, the hood's going up and down, but the camera isn't. So I mean, that's better, but not quite what I wanted. Rigid makes it so the camera follows the car both left and right and up and down. So now, as you can tell, every little bump the camera feels it. Nothing changes, everything is good. So You know, I'll just have it in this view for a while. Looks pretty cool. And let's say I want a camera looking, or I want a camera to see this car from from, you know, different perspective going around this corner. So I'll go ahead, go to the apex of the corner, which is probably, oh, I don't know, like right here. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'll go and get it to the height that I want. Let's say this is pretty good height. Zoom it in. Do look at target. Make sure it's not move of target, because if it's still move of target, then it will move the camera. You don't want that. So I'll turn that off, and there we go. Now I see the car go around the corner. Nice. Oh, look at this car. It just looks so good. I'm also going to have to zoom out a little bit. So now I'm going to make it so it's like right here. I like that because you can see the carbon fiber on the mirror and it still looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit more. You can even see the inside a little bit, so that's cool. Move target, rigid, and there you go. Right now my sound's not working because sometimes Rockstar Editor does some silly things. Like right now you can't hear the car. See, Rockstar Editor is really awesome, but sometimes it does some stupid things. Say, well, right here I'm gonna switch it back to the hood view, by the way, just because I kind of like that a little bit more. Actually, maybe, can I do like a rear view for a little bit? Yeah, let's do that, just for a little bit though. So for a little bit right here, it'll look. Or in fact, let's do an interior view. So now I'm gonna make a camera on the inside of the car, looking at the driver. It's a little bit too zoomed in right now, so I'm gonna zoom it out to like 0.8, and I want to go ahead and turn on move target, rigid, so I already like that, so now it's following the guy again. Cool. And then I want to switch it back to, let's do a hood view again. Or a roof view, technically. And there we go. Now is the sound working again? Oh, maybe it's just this camera. Something wrong is wrong with that camera, I don't know why. So I'm just gonna change it. Something happens that you don't know how to fix, or if you guys have any questions, go and leave it down in the comment section below. I will be happy to help all of you find, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now we're gonna put it over here because they didn't like the other one. Okay, so now the sound works. For some reason, that last camera that we created, it didn't like the sound on that. So problem fixed. And then right here goes, you know, so he's driving, goes to an interior view for a little bit, and then goes back to hood view, which I like. So now I'll have it so it stays at hood view a little while, and then I'm going to show you guys how to make like a helicopter-ish feel view. And let's do it right now. So, obviously helicopters fly, so you want to go ahead and get up high. That was a good rhyme. And pretty far away from the car, and zoom in maybe 2, a little bit more. It really depends on what you like. I'm going to do like 2.5. And do look at target. And move of target. And you want this time you want it to be flexible. So now, as you can kind of tell, it looks like it's, it kind of looks like, you know, it's a helicopter. It's falling it from the sky. However, one problem is that it's not like a very fluid helicopters. Falling it exactly in the right angle, it's exactly the same speed as the car. It doesn't like, and it's too smooth. You know, helicopters are kind of bouncy. So, first thing we're gonna do is add a shake. There are different types of shakes. There's chocolate shakes, vanilla. Okay, No, there's handheld, drunk, ground vibration, air explosion. Yeah, handheld makes it look like, you know, there's a person holding camera. Drunk is a little bit more. Oh my god, I've been talking too much, so like my brain starts to get fried after talking for a while. Drunk is like, it's a little bit more erratic. That's what I was looking for. Ground vibration is it kind of just goes up and down, you know, if you're having sex on a bed, ground vibration. Perfect. Air turbulence is a little bit more violent of ground vibration, and there's explosion, which is just a single big thing, and then it's done. So for this one, we're going to want to do air turbulence, but that's a little bit too much, so we're going to turn it down to like 3, right? So that's better. So now it's, you know, it's shaking like a helicopter would. I'm gonna say right here I want the helicopter end, by the way. But it's still following the helicopter at the same speed, same whatever. So I'm gonna go to the end marker and I'm gonna move it a little bit. You know, move it maybe to like right here, zooming out a bit, zooming out. Just change it up right now. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's a little bit different, it'll look much better. go back to the first one and turn on blend mode. You can turn on easing or whatnot, or whatever. So now, as you can tell, it both follows the car, but it also kind of moves. It's zooming out slowly. It's moving to the left a little bit, so it just looks much better, right? And then right here, I'm going to end the helicopter, just turn everything back to normal. It is kind of annoying. I wish there was like a button that you can push like to reset, put all these settings back to normal, but you got to do it by hand. If you want me to just like record myself editing one of my videos so you can kind of just watch what I do without me talking, I mean, I might talk some, but without any like, you know, details or anything. Ooh, this was a good turn. Oh, look at that hairpin, man. Nice. Nice. Now I want to show you a couple other things. I've already showed you pretty much everything there is to show you. There's look at target, move target, mount type, blend mode, shake. You can kind of browse through the things. As long as you get the right idea, you'll pretty much know what to do. Now things that there was a recent update that added a couple of things here. It adds the ability to make a thumbnail and to take a snapshot. So say I wanted to take a picture right here. Previously to this update, there was no way to do that. Now, all you have to do is push X. If you look at the bottom right, yay, it's a little picture. Don't ask where it saves it to, because I have no idea. It saves it to some random thing. Now, I can also, if I make a marker here, I can do set thumbnail. And what that does is if you back out, then the thumbnail of that clip is right there. Otherwise, the thumbnail of the clip is just the very, very first frame of the clip. So, excuse me, there's that. Yet again, you can, push R to cycle through the things. RB, LB, hold RB, you can move the things. Hold RB and use the joystick to move them far. Hold RB and use the little things to move them little. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can delete things. You can, like I said, cool effects. At the beginning and end of the things, you can do fade outs and fade ins. So say if I want it like, like the sad little ending. I don't know. You can do that at the beginning and the end. I hope they add more things like, go to white, go to dark, go to red. But so far they've not done any of that. Okay, so say you're done editing. You've done making all your cameras. You've done all that. You don't really need anything else. You've created a cool helicopter. You've created some first-person things. Created some, sliding from left to the right, like at the beginning of this one right here, where it goes from, the back of the car to the front of the car. And you're all done. Well, first of all, let's say, I think this is a little bit too quick. I think there's not enough time to look at the car. And there's not enough footage to change that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and make it 50%. So now, it slowly does it. If you listen to the sounds, it's a little bit different, but whatever. Oh, look, those Brembos. So yeah, now it's a little bit slower. I just like it. You're done with this. Everything you've done, you like, with all your cameras. Now you can do some other things. You can do ambient tracks, which are kind of like, not necessarily, it's not music, but it's kind of like, whoa, thunderstorms, all that. Alarms, fires. You can kind of, do things. But say I wanted to add a thunderstorm here. You can add it anywhere you want. Place it down here. But, right now I don't really know where it's going. Since I can't actually see what part of the clip that is starting at, I don't know. So if you want to figure that out, first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the sound. Go into the clip, and say I want music to start right here. Because, that's right before the race is about to start. Go and do add anchor. That's all you have to do. Then you can back out. And now you can see there's a little yellow vertical line in the clip where that part starts. So now if I go then, add an ambient track. Let's do, Siren Run. Siren 1. You can line it up with that little line. There you go. And now that will start when the, when the clip is at that one point. And you can trim it, obviously. It takes a little while to trim, but I only want it, let's say, that long. Come on, trim a little bit more. Oh, that's as much as I can trim. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's that. Ooh. So that will play right before the race starts. because the police are coming, and I'm running away from the police. No, not actually. But yeah, okay, so that's how you do that. You can see the same thing with radio tracks and score tracks. Then you can add texts. Pretty simple. Actually, no, I'm not a kid. I'm not a child. Gingers are cool. Here I say I'm not a child. You can move it around, you know, say I want up here, say gingers are cool. And, you know, let's do orange, obviously, for ginger. Where's orange? There's no orange? Jesus. I bet you I passed orange, didn't I? Okay, I did. I want it to be, there we go. And if I want it to do size, then I can do RT and LT. Gingers are cool. Yeah! Bruh, bruh. And then if I wanted to, I can push A to apply it, but I don't want to apply it, so I'm not going to. So if we go back to the start of the race, and I want it to make, I want it, you know, to get more intense right here. But, like, I don't want it to be like a siren or anything. What you can do is you can go into audio, and you can do score intensity high, or maximum. That means at this point, the automatic score music, which is like kind of a feature this thing has where it adds like electronic music or some sort of music that will automatically adjust to these settings. So I put it at maximum right here, and then go into add score track, say dark intense, or right here. If I put it right there, or actually I'm gonna move it, how do I move it? Pick it up and move it. Put it right here, then it'll start at the very beginning, a little bit, you know, it'll start medium intensity, and once it gets to that one point, it'll be maximum intensity. So like, you know, kind of like cool dubstep thing. So that's how you make that. And yeah, that's it. So now when you're completely 100% done with your project, you're done making the cameras, you're done adding music, you're done doing everything. First of all, you want to save it, not as 111, but as Porsche. I'm gonna spell this wrong. No, that's right. 918 Canyon Race. That's very long, but then you can save it, yes, and you can export it. Now it's 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and there are different settings. You can go and do export, and it'll tell you, are you sure you want to export it? It will give you a time length. They have improved the time length. They used to take a while to export videos, but it doesn't anymore. So yeah, once it's exported, you can find it in this directory. I think it's users your user percent app data, Rockstar games, videos rendered. I think that's what it is. I'm not positive, but it's on the screen now, so whatever that says. And yeah, that is how you make videos with the Rockstar editor. Now, for most of my car videos, the cool edits, I use both the Rockstar editor and Sony Vegas. I do the cameras and whatnot on here, and I do the music and stuff on Sony Vegas because it's so much easier to work with on Sony Vegas. But you can't do camera stuff on Sony Vegas. So, I use both of them. I'd totally recommend that. Even if you have Windows Movie Maker, it'll be better at doing music stuff than this. But yeah, as you can see bottom left, there's a project size. I've never even gotten close to reaching the limit. I've made like 20-minute videos, so got a couple hour videos to make if you want. But that is pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions or want me to do any scenarios like how to make an underwater, or I don't know, like how to make, kind of like how to make a helicopter cam, which I showed you how to quickly do. If you want me to do anything like that, post it in the comment sections below. If you need anything, comment sections below. Questions, comment sections below. Everything, comment section below. Or maybe by the time I upload this video, the comment sections will be above. Who knows? Probably not going to happen for a while. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you made it this far, and I do hope it helped. If it did, make sure to like. It really helps me out. And subscribe if you're new. I do lots of racing stuff, so if you like cars, then this is your place to be. So guys, I'll see you next time, and have a fantastic